All right, everybody, come on in, come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. All right, let me take the sound down. Come on in. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. For anybody new here, hi, I am Maggie, your substitute teacher. Welcome to another travel Q&A. I am very excited. We have a special guest with us today, scholars. I am going to be bringing up Lauren Robbins from Robbins Cruise Connections. If you don't know her, she is one of us. She is one of our scholars, but she is an actual travel agent. She is the one single-handedly responsible for the first annual Maggie Meetup Cruise, and she is planning the second annual Maggie Meetup Cruise, which is going to be November of 2024. So we're doing a Q&A to tell you all about it, because we're going to be doing a new cruise line, which is last year was Royal Caribbean. We're going to be going on Virgin Cruise Line this year, or this coming year. I've never been on Virgin before. What I do know is that it's 18 and up, because some of y'all don't like these kids, which is fine. So if you were with us, we did a recap of days 1 through 5 from the first annual cruise, and a lot of you all loved it, and I can't wait to travel again. So I'm going to bring up Lauren. Today is the day to answer any questions that you all have. I have questions. Lauren has actually traveled on Virgin. So come on in, sit back and relax, and let me bring up Lauren Robbins.
Hello.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
So I'm Lauren Robbins with Robbins Cruise Connections, and just love to cruise. As you know, I just got back off a cruise, Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Seas. So it was the sister ship to Allure, actually the first in the class. So we did a 7-night this time.
I tell you, Lauren, I want to be like you when I grow up. You all, Lauren and her husband cruise all the time. I'm guessing like once per month. So if you ever wanted to know about all things travel, Lauren is your lady. So Lauren, why don't you tell our scholars about Robbins Cruise Connections, the services you provide, and then we'll get into the Maggie Meetup Cruise specifically.
Okay. So Robbins Cruise Connections started back over 20 years ago, after my husband and I did our first cruise, and I wanted to find a way to do it again. So I opened my own travel agency. So start off with cruising. Cruising I love, but also can do bookings for hotels, resorts, just different type of travel. So, but primarily cruises, but any type of travel you want, I can do it for you.
That is absolutely true. And Lauren has helped me. She's already helping us, you all. I think we have 2 or 3 people, including myself, already booked for our November 2024 cruise. So I am going to pull up the link and we'll kind of go through it. Now, I know Lauren has traveled on Virgin. She's also traveled on Royal Caribbean. I think Royal Caribbean is a great all-around cruise line. But Lauren, can you start by telling us some of the differences that stood out to you with Virgin Cruise Line and why you think it would be a good choice for us?
So Virgin is a different type of cruise line altogether. It is nothing like any cruise you've ever been on, not any mainstream cruise. Number one, it's adult only, no children at all. And that I found that refreshing. I mean, I don't mind kids, but it was really nice. I know, really, yeah, yeah, I do mind them, but um, I found it really nice just to have all adults, and the atmosphere was just different. The mood, the energy level, it was peaceful, relaxing, but still fun. So again, Virgin is different. So number one, no children. You have to be 18 or older to cruise. So young at heart, but at least 18. And their ships, they have right now, they have 3 lady, they call them lady ships. And we're going to be sailing on the Valiant Lady, my husband and I sailed on the Scarlet Lady, which is the first ship. The Valiant Lady is the actual second ship. And Virgin is a new cruise line. They started cruising back in 21. They were delayed by the pandemic, and then the Valiant Lady started sailing in 2022. So this is a brand new ship. It's considered to be a mid-sized ship now compared to the Oasis class because Royal Caribbean has the largest ships out there. So for Virgin, it's like 110 thousand K tons. So it's still a large ship, but considered mid-sized compared to standards that Royal Caribbean has set. So
So
then
then,
we cruised on Scarlet back in August of this year.
All right, so it is fresh on your mind. So we already have a question from Just Another Mark. He says, will we be discussing the itinerary for November? Yes, and I'm going to
Yes.
pull it up right now. We got Wanna Be Natural in the house. And is it Kayleen or Colleen? Please make sure I say that correctly. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and we will go over the high level details. And this is you all's time to ask Lauren any questions that you have. So let me explain to you all first. I'm going to take this down for just a second. Let me explain to you all first what we're looking at. So, and Lauren, I'm going to explain what I understand and then you correct me, please. When we did the last cruise, which was Royal Caribbean, you were able to block some rooms for our group so that we had kind of like a, I don't know what they call it. Let's just say a block of rooms. And that was the ones that were held for us. That's how Royal Caribbean did it. And everybody kind of went through you and then you got us sorted on Royal Caribbean. Virgin is a little bit different. We basically book our rooms ourselves, but we have a dedicated link and the link is in the chat, y'all. I mean, in the description, I'll put it in the chat. So you can pick the room that you want. And once Lauren set this up for her so that it all kind of folds up underneath her so she can take care of any requests or issues that we have, then after the fact, it becomes a group, excuse me, if we have 10 people or 10 rooms. So maybe you can explain that.
Correct. So um, Virgin is different as I said, and they have what they call a circle. That's their group, and their policies in reference to deposits and so forth are different. So, in order to make it easier for everyone, they allow you. We set up a link, and you can go in and view your actual the actual itinerary and the room types you want to book, and you can book directly through the link on the website, and you pay your deposit. The deposit is 20% for the room, and the room can be held for 24 hours without payment. But if you don't pay within that 24 hours, the reservation is not confirmed. But you have up to 24 hours to pay for your actual room that you've held. Now, once we reach 10 cabins, then it becomes a circle, and they call and it's closed, and you can still add on, and that's considered a group for Virgin. And once that happens, we may be entitled to different amenities. But right now, when you're booking at what they call the prevailing rate. So whatever special or promotions that Virgin has at that time you book, this is what you'll be eligible for. Maggie, I don't know if you noticed, but you got $100 of seller loot applied to your account.
I didn't notice. Where is that?
Well, you got to look at your reservation. So when you booked, you got I think it was a $300 um oh, why can I think? The bar tab. That was part of your package, but they had a promotion um that if you booked in a certain time frame and you did, you, based on the room you got, you also have $100 sailor loot on your reservation. And with Virgin, everyone else calls it onboard credit, but it's sailor loot. So you can use it whatever you want to do it. And Virgin calls their clients sailors. So you are a sailor on when you book with Virgin, you're a sailor. And with Virgin's travel agents are considered to be first mates. So you're a sailor. I'm a first mate with with um with Virgin. So different
So, okay.
promotions are available at the time you book.
Okay, so let's unpack this, you all, because Lauren has said a lot. We got Luke Hazley in the house, and I am sharing my screen, you all, but I want to make sure the scholars are crystal clear. Number one, I put the link in the chat so you all can review all of this stuff yourself. But tonight is your night. If you have any questions, Lauren is our travel agent. She will be traveling with us, and she takes care of everything. We've already had some special requests and stuff. She's able to work her magic. So again, a couple differences between traditional cruise line, like what we did with Royal Caribbean. In the first annual Maggie Meetup Cruise, Lauren was able to get a block of rooms at a discounted rate for us and hold them. And then you all reserved with Lauren, and she took care of that with Royal Caribbean. Virgin is a little bit different. Everybody books their own room. So I'm going to share my screen with you all so you can see what I have booked. Everybody books their own room, but you're not required to get the kind of room that I have. I got a balcony room. You all can see we're going on the Valiant Lady. This is November 13th through 17th, 2024. And I got an XL, an extra large sea terrace, which is basically a balcony. So let's go back to a couple things that Lauren said. Now, let me take Luke Hazley off. So with Virgin, you book directly with Virgin using the link that we have that rolls us all up to Lauren. Why do you want to do that? Well, if we're able to get 10 rooms booked, and this is no pressure, y'all can do what you want. I'll be going if I'm the only one going. But when we get 10 rooms booked, then we as a group will get certain discounts and certain bar credits and certain amenities added to the whole group. So Royal Caribbean is different. You get that discount up front. Virgin, you get it afterwards. So right now you book at the rate that it currently is, and whatever promotions are currently going on, you would get those promotions. So apparently when I booked, there was a promotion going on for $100 credit. And you can see I've done some add-ons here. I've already added on like some extra goodies because I love to have fun at sea and share with you all. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. I added a $300 bar tab so I can kind of prepay for drinks, because I think it was like you pay $200 and they give you $100 or something like that. You can add the romance package. You can add on all the extra stuff that you want to, so you all can see what I've done. All of this is completely optional. So I'm going to come out of here, and then hopefully that answers that first question, but I want to move on to the actual itinerary and show everybody where we're going. Did I miss anything with that, Lauren?
No, you got it.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to sharing my screen, and let's just go through this one at a time, y'all. So let's go back. So I'm logged into my account, but I want to share with you all the link. Lauren set up this link. This is the link that we all should use, and it's the one that's in the description and in the chat. Okay, so when you pull it up, it's going to say this: now we're voyaging together, because once someone books in the group, the circle is starting to form. Okay, so you can celebrate whatever. Y'all know my birthday month is November, but let's get down to the details. So where are we going and when are we going? So this cruise is November of 2024. It's a Wednesday through Sunday. So this is a 5-day, 4-night cruise. And you can see we're leaving from Miami. So I'll have to fly from Atlanta. Y'all arrive from wherever you are. We all arrive in Miami. We board the ship in Miami. And then the itinerary takes this loop. It goes left or west to Key West. and then goes here to their private beach club at Bimini, and then comes back to Miami. So let me pause there. And Lauren, is there anything you want to say about the itinerary that the scholars need to know?
So, of course, I always recommend to come the day before, Maggie. Yes. To
Okay,
come
so
the day
let's talk
before.
about that.
Go ahead. Talk about it.
Okay, everybody. Hello, everybody coming in. Christina coming in. Dr. Sherry, maybe we'll see you. Okay, you all. So if you've never cruised before, it's kind of like flying where there is a departure time where the ship will pull away from the port and they are gone and they are not going to wait for you. I think with Virgin, what I saw is it's like a 5 p.m. departure time, but you can arrive and you should arrive well before that to allow yourself time to get on board, show your passport, all of that stuff so you don't show up on two wheels with your hair on fire. Now, one of the things that Lauren did for us last time, and if you all saw the recaps that we did, she set up, what are they called? The bus, the
Transfers.
transfers, right? So you land. Well, what we did, we landed at the airport, and then there was someone there at the airport and a bus to take us there, so you don't have to take an Uber or whatnot. Because flights, because travel, because weather, because all of that, the professionals recommend that you actually arrive the day before and get a hotel in Miami or wherever you're traveling from, so you're already in the city and you don't have to like scramble. We didn't do that. So we flew out of Atlanta. I think ours was a Monday through Friday cruise. Monday after Thanksgiving, which is a huge travel day in the busiest airport. Shout out Atlanta. And if your plane is delayed like ours is, it can just be stressful. So Lauren does recommend that you come in the day before. Am I going to listen? Who knows? But we're here because that's what she recommends to do. Just another Mark says, I haven't been on a cruise in years. Do we need our passport? So Lauren, I'm going to let you answer that.
So, here's the rule with passport so far. My recommendation, yes, you need a passport. Why do you need a passport? In case of emergencies. Because if, truly, the law says if you do a closed loop cruise, meaning you um, embark, get on the ship in Miami, and return to Miami, you don't need a passport. You only need your driver's license and your birth certificate, not the souvenir copy, but the legal certified copy of your birth certificate to cruise. But if you have an emergency like people have, and you have to fly back from that foreign port, you need a passport now to enter into the United States. And it's so much easier because when you have a passport now, when you come, when you check in, when you embark at the terminal, they take a picture, they scan your passport, and you don't need it again until you come. Well, you don't need it again because now, as long as the system is working, they do facial recognition. So when you come back into whichever port, Miami or whatever, whichever port you have you're traveling through, they just had you step up to the camera. They scan you, and if you the green light comes on, you just walk out of the out of the terminal. But if you don't have those documents, you have to use your birth certificate and your driver's license, and then you go through a longer line and you go through customs, and who knows what's going to happen. And for women, it's always I recommend married women to have definitely to have a passport because if you changed your name, you took your husband's name, your birth certificate and your current name don't match, and that's another headache. Um, I've had one family member that I've had that they didn't have a passport, and of course female, and they had to go through some extra stuff. Like, come on, that's her maiden name, but they make you go through this extra step. So passports is are recommended. It's
And it's
much
much
easier to
easier to
travel.
travel.
I agree with that. So hopefully that answers just another mark. Hello, Lauren. Thank you so much for being here. I want to add a little bit to that, you all. We're doing this Q&A now about a year out to give you all as much information as we can. You can ask all of your questions. If you all want, we'll do another one as we get closer. But especially when it comes to your documents, you have plenty of time now. If your passport has expired or you don't have one, go ahead and get your passport situated so you don't have to pay any extra fees for expedite or whatnot. But yes, because Lauren is right. I remember, you all, if you haven't traveled internationally in a while, now the passports, I just had mine down here, but now the passports they have a barcode in them, just like your license. So literally the first time you arrive, they scan it. They tell you to have it in your hand, but you literally, when we were entering and exiting, they have two lines. One line for people with passports, and then another line for people with birth certificate and driver's license. So to answer your question, Mark, you can cruise with just the driver's license and birth certificate. It's going to take you longer because the line with the passport, you have it in your hand, but they tell you step up to the line, stand here. It scans you. If it's a match, you just go. So that line is moving more quickly. So just want to give you all that information. I think it would be great if you just had your passport. But that's that. What does Sherry say? The last cruise I took, a man from New York didn't make it to Port Canaveral on time and he had to catch a flight to the first destination. Yes. So some of us like to pull up on two wheels. I don't recommend that. Again, we're a year out. So if you all can make it work, you can arrive in Miami the day before and then easily travel the next morning to the port. One other thing I wanted to call out, Lauren, you were able to get us transfers from the port. We flew into Orlando and that was a 45-minute ride to the ship. You were able to get us transfers, but I don't believe that Virgin offers transfers. So is everybody going to get their own transportation from the airport, or do you have something you'll be able to offer, and how long is that distance?
So we can, look into that when as for each individual, because you have Uber, and according to which airport you come into, Miami is a taxi ride, which is not far, and they have a set rate, from Miami International into the port of Miami. And also, Fort Lauderdale is another option to fly into for Miami cruises, and there are companies that we can look into for transports to from Fort Lauderdale to Miami cruise terminal.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go back and share my screen so you all, as we get closer and once we get the final numbers of who's actually traveling with us, we can work on all those travel details. But I want to make sure you all have all the information. So again, this is 5 days and 4 nights. So you can see on day 1, which is Wednesday, November 13th. So next year we're traveling before Thanksgiving because my birthday is the day after Thanksgiving. Y'all want to be with your family. So the first day, oh, you can see here 6 p.m. You even have more time. Just as a comparison, when we traveled with Royal Caribbean, they pulled away at 4 p.m. So Virgin pulls away at 6 p.m. Still, you don't want to, risk it. So if you can arrive in the morning and leisurely get on board, you'll be good to go. And you can see here it says all aboard 2 hours before departure. Anything you want to add about departure day, Lauren?
So once you book your cruise, the best thing is to download the Virgin app. So once you download the app, it's usually about 45 days before the actual sailing. They will allow you to go on and um, complete your online check-in, and you'll be assigned a time to check in at the terminal. Now they tell you, do not. There you go. That's the Virgin app. Do not arrive more than 30 minutes earlier than your 327 days away. Um, no longer than no earlier, sorry, than 30 minutes prior to your set time, because there's no waiting area for you to be. Okay. So um yeah, I'm kind of hard headed about that. I get there when I want to get there, but I didn't do it this time. I didn't. I didn't. I was like, because I was online for the very first time. I was like, I was online seeing how they did things, and people were saying no, they're not gonna let you in. So if you get there too early, I don't know if they're still doing this or not, but they would actually put you on a shuttle bus to go shopping somewhere in Miami. So I wasn't doing all of that. So we got there about 30 minutes prior to our scheduled time. And this was the easiest embarkation I've ever done. You go to Terminal V, that's their terminal. They're all by themselves. The terminals to your right, or I don't know, it's in front of you somewhere. But then the parking lot is right there. Where so if you're driving, some people drive and they park, and the parking deck is a little ways from where you actually check in. But for Virgin, the parking deck is right there. So you come into the terminal, and Virgin doesn't send you luggage tags. Like Royal, you had to print out your luggage tags from your doc and attach them. Well, with Virgin, what you do is you go to the terminal, and they have the porters there, and they look at your app or ask you what's your room number, and they write out your based on your room number. They put the tags on it then on your luggage. And for Royal, the room numbers are either I know Maggie, you're on deck 13. I can't remember your room number, but you're on 13A, 133 something A. You're on the port side, which is the left side of the ship, and then Z is the starboard side, which is the right side of the ship. So they will put whatever your room number is, slash whatever letter, 'cause based on the side of the ship you are on your luggage, and take it there from you. Um, and then you go park. Then you come back. You park your car. After that, you park your car. Then you come back and you go to the line, if there's a line. Because when we came back, it was like, what time? What time? What is your time? And we said, well, 2 o'clock. So they said, oh, they're already on already. They already taken them on, and it was like maybe 1:30, 1:45, and they just took us inside. There was no line. You know how they have the stall, whatever they call those. You're going through none of that. You had to walk all the way around because there was no one in front of you, and they wanted to know, did you complete the app? Yeah, the app is completed. Okay, where's your passport? Okay, here you go. And we were on the ship, and when we got on the ship at 2 o'clock, the room was ready.
That sounds amazing. All right, so let's unpack this for everybody. I know we've got some people who either haven't ever cruised before, or maybe it's been a long time since you cruised. So don't worry, you don't have to have all of this memorized. We will be here to help you all. Here's the thing. If you decide you want to travel with us, once you get all your travel documents done, I would go ahead and work on that. When you decide you want to travel with us, use the link and then pick whichever room that you want. We'll take a look at the rooms in a moment. You all can choose. The rates are per room. On Royal, the rates were per person. So I wanted to call that out. Then, like Lauren said, you want to go ahead and download the Virgin app. Once to reserve your room, it's a 20% deposit. So whatever room that you choose, you pay 20% to hold the room for you. You'll get an email confirmation with your room number. It will auto assign. You can log into the app and you can see everything there. If they assign you a room that you don't like, that's what we have Lauren for. She can do all of her magic to make sure you guys are well taken care of. So as far as that port, think of it kind of like an airport. There's a lot going on, but there's signs everywhere. There's people to help you get where you need to be. Another thing that Lauren said about the app, just like when you fly, and let's say, like, you know how you get the notification 24 hours before your flight, it's time to check in. You can go ahead and like get a seat if you haven't, all that kind of stuff. The cruise lines are going to be the same, but it's going to be about 45 days before. Different functionality will start becoming available in the app the closer we get to the cruise date. And so what Lauren was talking about for the onboarding, and I don't know if this is since COVID, but to avoid crowds and a whole bunch of people waiting together, they break us up into like hourly or 2 hour slots. So you can either choose a time that you say, I want to be on board at, like she said, 2 o'clock. And that's when you know you need to arrive. So sounds like it was a really easy process. We had a great time with Royal Caribbean as well. So that's it for the on boarding. Let's see what else we have here. All right. So Wednesday we leave 6 p.m. and then day 2 is at sea. So that just means we're not close to land. Water everywhere. There's everything you want to do on the ship. We will take a look at that. And then on day 3, we're going to Key West, Florida. If you've never been there, it's very eclectic. We arrive at 8 in the morning, and then the ship is basically parked or docked there until 5 p.m. when they leave again and go on to the next location. So, Lauren, do you want to talk a little bit about sea days versus like port days and the importance of keeping up with that time?
Well, sea days are days that you can do everything or nothing at all. They will have itinerary or activities that's going to be happening throughout the day from basically 6 o'clock in the morning to late at night. They'll have a list of different activities. And again, with Virgin, everything is on your app. They show you everything that's going on there in the app. So that's very important. Oh, with Virgin, the Wi-Fi is free. So basic Wi-Fi is free. So all of that information is there. And when we get to the rooms, we'll talk about. They have what they call a tablet, which allows you to control everything inside the room. As you can view your account, you can it changes the television, it changes the lighting in the room, everything. So that's that. So sea days, relaxing days, you do different events, different activities, and then of course your days you're on land. You eat at Key West, you're going to be doing. You can do different excursions or so forth at those sites, and then the next one is the beach club at Bimini, Bahamas, which is their private resort there.
Yeah, let's talk about that because I see Lauren is excited about Bimini. All right, so you all can see here the itinerary. You all can see here the itinerary. Day 2, we're sailing. Wake up on day 3, they're docked at Key West. It is not required that you get off of the ship. You can absolutely stay on the ship when it's parked or docked on land, or you can go exploring and do, excursions with Virgin or excursions on your own. However, make sure you keep up with this time. Y'all know I told you. You don't want to be left behind because just like day 1, the ship will leave. So you just want to be mindful of the time. Sorry, their website's really sensitive. Okay, so that's on day 3. Then we sail all night. And then day 4, Virgin has their own private island or private beach club at Bimini. Now, since I've never been on Virgin, I'm not familiar with this one, but I am familiar with pretty much in the Caribbean, y'all. There's hundreds and thousands of islands, and all of these cruise lines have either bought an island or, taken an island and kind of made it their own little resort on land. So what can you tell us about Bimini?
So Bimini is different because it's actually people live there. So it's I don't know the population. I'm sorry, I didn't look at those details, but um, house you see that. So when you come, you have to take a shuttle. There's no even though with Coco Cay they have a little shuttle. No, you have to take a shuttle to get to the beach club because it's a distance away from the ship. So when you walk when you not walk when you're on the shuttle, you actually see the private residence of people who live there. You'll see they have different. I think it's a Hilton. I saw a Hilton property out there. So, and they have. I know Hilton has a casino. There's another casino property that I saw out there as well. So it's different. Whereas the other cruise lines have, that's their private island. Their Virgin has a private beach club. So you and you can do excursions, throughout Bimini, but the beach club itself is for Virgin when the ship is docked there, and they have a pool, and they have, of course, the beachfront and cabanas and so forth, and private areas for the for the megastars and rock star quarters.
Well, I
Yeah,
know where I'm going to be. I feel like a rock star. No, I'm kidding, y'all. But I think that's good. But Lauren said that they're going to have transportation. So apparently, this island is different. Most of the islands in the Caribbean that the cruise lines have bought, nobody actually lives there. It's literally their like resort. But apparently, this is an island where real Bahamians live. So that's exciting. But they'll be able to transport you around to the Virgin Voyages side. So if you have anybody, we're all adults only, but if you have anybody with mobility issues, there will be, I think you can rent scooters, or they'll have like a little shuttle. So you don't have to worry about that. And then you all can see here the last day after the Bimini day, we're there all day, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then we'll be all aboard again. And then the last day we arrive at Miami, and then you will disembark. Ah, sad, 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 just like you embarked. Okay, so let's
yeah.
talk about the rooms. Oh, was there something else?
No, I was gonna say yes. So just like when we talk about coming in early before the cruising before the cruise begins, you don't want to book your flight if you're flying too early after your voyage ends, because things can happen. It's better if you have to wait in the term, wait at the airport for a few hours versus missing a flight. Our ship the cruise we just went on, actually they had a medical emergency and we had to turn around. So the ship we left Jamaica, and we were like 3 hours out, and we had to turn around and go back because they had to take off a passenger to get medical care. So that delayed our arrival back to Miami. I think we originally were supposed to get to Miami about 6 a.m. and we didn't get back to to 10, and we didn't get off the ship until 12. Normally we would have got off like 7:30, but
Absolutely. I see Lauren has a question about the food. I'm going to let you answer, but I just want to show really quickly you all, because you know I'm here for the snacks. All right, so here is your itinerary. Again, the link is in the description. So you can see here on day one, the ship pulls away at 6 p.m. So for example, for us coming from Atlanta, I know we did same day. We left Atlanta at 10 in the morning and arrived at 12 noon. So that gave us like 4 hours, get the luggage, transport, all of that. Even still, Lauren recommends you fly in the day before. I know we had a scholar come from California. So especially if you're traveling a long distance, people make like a travel day the day before. Then on the onboard day, you're already there. Likewise, on the departure day, the the ship parks or docks at 6 a.m., but they got to do stuff to clear and all the security stuff. So you're not getting off that early. You can have breakfast and whatnot. But we booked our flights to leave at 3 p.m. And y'all know me in these airport lounges, right? So that's a great use of going to those lounges. So you're not rushed. So that's what she means. Don't book a return flight home so early, just in case this departure is a little bit delayed. All right, I'm going to move on to the accommodations, but Lauren, what do you want to say about the food?
the food was excellent. It's different. Again, we, you make sure you download the app, and when the sailings open, you need to book. The thing with Virgin, All their restaurants are specialty restaurants. It's included in the your voyage fare. There is no buffet on Virgin. So the specialty restaurants, you are allowed to book one per sailing. Especially since it's a 4 night sailing, you can book each restaurant once for dinner. But you can go like for brunch or lunch. You can like see if they have availability. But the food was excellent. But you have to make sure you book beforehand. And I keep on saying this because when we were on, um, I did hear people say, "Oh, I couldn't get a reservation." They were booked. So that's really important.
Yes, I'm going to drop the link for you all again. I think it's in the description, but I'll put it in here. And like Lauren said, you all, and those of you all that saw me do the Royal Caribbean recap, the reason why I was able to do a different restaurant every night, this app is going to be your friend. The app is free and you want to kind of keep an eye on it. I would log in, every few days just to kind of see what's available now. Because again, as you get closer to your actual departure time, different things open up. So when we actually went for the cruise, I had those different reservations already booked because you saw how small some of those specialty restaurants were and you don't want to, miss out. So let me copy this link for you all. And then we're going to take a look at the cabin. Then we'll take a look at the room. Okay. So let me drop this in the chat for you all. Bill H says no buffet. Yeah, y'all, I didn't do the buffet when I was at Royal. I think the buffet is great for the kids, but we're not going to have kids on our cruise. Y'all know we like to sit down and eat. Okay, so let's go to the cabin. I'm going to show you all my cabin and then we'll see some of the other ones so you all get an idea of what's available. All right, so I have the sea terrace, which means there's a balcony. Now, just hands down, if you've never cruise before, cruise cabins are going to be smaller, than your standard hotel room. But I do like having a private balcony where I can go outside, get fresh air, and see the water on my own. You can put, I think up to 2 or 4 people in the room. Let's see. Does it show me the details? Let's go to the cabin details. We'll just go through these kind of quickly so you all can see here. So this is the sea terrace. So this is the one that I have. And you can put 4 people in the room. So you all can kind of see the different, they can arrange the bed the way that you want it, like upper, lower, side by side, twin, king, whatever. You tell them, and they can even turn it into like little lounge furniture and then change it at night for you to actually sleep in. You have a little seating area, and this is what I want, a balcony, and the balcony comes with a hammock. So, and then of course it's all fancy with this lighting. So that's the one that I'm going to be in. It's $2,000. So for me to put the 20% down, so I've put down the $400. So just giving you all some ballparks. Let's take a look at the other cabins. Okay. Oh, let's just say for 2 people and take a look at the other cabins. While this is pulling up, Lauren, do you have any recommendations for types of cabins?
I always recommend a balcony, and on Virgin they call their balconies a sea terrace. And the reason I say balcony is because it allows me to go out of my room, sit on the deck. Like you said, you can go, if you drink coffee, eat breakfast, get a snack. And on Virgin, the hammock, y'all, the hammock is to die for. It's a full length hammock, and I went out on my hammock and went to sleep. It was so relaxing. Because when you see the video, when you see the pictures of it, it looks like it's just a swing, but it's actually it it fits a full size adult.
Oh my
So
goodness,
that's
I love it. Sounds like a spa at sea. So let's take a look. Oh, thank you so much, Shavelta. I appreciate you. That I appreciate that, my dear. Okay, so let's take a look because you have me sold at hammock. Let me show you all the types of rooms really quickly. So this is what I have. I will be in the sea terrace. So you have your private balcony with the hammock, mood lighting, and then I showed you the transformative bed. Let's see what else they have here. So we looked at that. Okay, we're going to skip the rock star quarters unless we have any rock stars on here. We'll just skip that because that's not me. But if y'all want to see it, I'll go back. The other type of room is a sea view. So you can see this is the one that has a window. So you can see outside, but you can't go outside. So they call it a porthole. So that's the one that is ocean view. So a little bit less money. And let me see if they have some pictures here so you all can see how they can arrange it. And you can see the decor, modern. Looks like a little mini fridge, some beverages and snacks in there. Okay, so you have a little ledge here where you can see outside and watch the horizon. So that is the porthole, and then this one they call the insider. So this one, no window. This would be good for someone who, I know we had a scholar travel with us last time who really likes it dark, because with no window, when you turn off the light, it's going to be completely dark. So you can see here, you've got your same bathroom, mood lighting, a glam station. All of them have the TV. And let me show you all a few pictures of the inside so you all can see the price difference there as well. And let's say if you wanted to have, 3 or 4 people in the room, you could see how they have the pull down beds with the little ladder or this or that. So it looks like they can really configure the rooms however you want. And this price is for the whole cabin. So that's not per person, that's for the whole cabin. So if y'all want to travel with, 2 or more people, you can split it. So they can push the beds together or they can separate them, but it looks like the bathroom areas are pretty much the same. So either you want a balcony or a window or complete dark. Okay, so let me come back and see if y'all have any other questions about the room or anything else you wanted to add, Lauren.
So we did say in the room they do have the tablet, and the tablet allows you to control the lighting in your room, look at your account, control your TV, look at I think you can order things through the tablet as well. Also in the room, they have switches that allow you to notify the room attendant if you want service or don't want service. They do not disturb. So there's actually a button you can press that says do not disturb. So I think there'll be a light outside. So you don't have to worry about putting the sign outside. Um, and one thing that no one talks about, oh my goodness, they're going next month. Great. That I never see much, that they actually have a doorbell. So we were we were in the room and we were listening to the safety briefing, and I heard this noise, and I'm like, because the version is real silly. Okay, I'm just telling you that they just real silly. So when it comes to, I mean, their safety briefing, it was just that was playing at the same time. So I thought it was some kind of chime or something that was going on with the safety briefing, but I heard it again. I was like, oh, that's a doorbell. So actually, our room attendant was ringing the bell to notify that they were there. I said, I loved it. Versus that, banging on the door. It's like, can you leave me alone already? But I thought that was a nice touch. So they had that. Um, so the cabin is well appointed. It's modern. It's a place for everything. The shower, the rain shower was lovely. It was like everything was just um on point. Again,
I love it.
they're smaller than the typical hotel room, but everything had its place and didn't feel cramped or anything.
I love it. I know Lauren's got a question about the entertainment. So let's see if we can move on to the ship and the food and the entertainment. All right. So you all saw the options for the rooms. And again, I've dropped the link, but I want you all to see up here in the top left, sold and serviced by Lauren Robbins. So this is Lauren who we're talking to. She is our travel agent. So make sure when you all are booking, you're booking directly with Virgin, but if you want to be part of our group, then you want to make sure it says Lauren Robbins on the top. Okay, so let's come out of here. We've taken a look at the cabins. We don't need that. Let me see if I can go back so we can see about the food and the ship. Will it let me go back? Okay, so let's see. Fitness classes. Well, let's just go up here and see what's included. Let's see where we were. Okay, so we took a look at the rooms. I'll just go in order here. We looked at the cabins. So this is what is included in your price. Now, again, you have to come down to Miami on your own, but once you get on board, all food is included, and they have 20 different places to eat on the ship. Well, don't threaten me with a good time. How many places do y'all think we can get to in 5 days? This is why I went to one place every single time, okay? So the food is included, and Lauren said it was really good. Your drinks are included your water, juices, soda, tea, and coffee. So of course your alcohol is going to be extra on the ship, but you can pre-buy, they call it a bar tab. And y'all saw I've already added some money on my account for a bar tab. But for those of y'all that just hopped on, if we're able to get 10 rooms in our group, then they call it a circle, and they give the whole group discounts and different credits. So if y'all are interested, that's one of the reasons why I'm saying use our link so it counts towards our group, and then we can all benefit from the discounts, okay? But if you don't, that's fine. You'll pay for your alcohol, but your drinks are included. Wi-Fi is included on Virgin, which is great. So I'll be able to stream or take pictures, upload video. You can surf, you can do whatever. On some cruise lines, you got to pay extra for this. So Wi-Fi is included. I love this. Tips are included, y'all. If you've ever traveled, whether it's cruise or resort, it's always, to me, kind of clunky at the end when you're trying to find people or give them cash or add it on the tab or whatnot. Your price includes the tips. Of course, if you want to do more, you can, but you don't have to worry about that. That is included in your price. And I absolutely love that. So all that is included, plus, for those of y'all that want to work out, not me, but your group fitness classes are going to be included, and any shows and entertainment. So before I continue on, Lauren, do you want to say anything else about what is included with Virgin that may be different from other cruise lines?
No, that's covered. I think we covered it all.
Okay, great. Let us see what else we can get into. And this is the link I dropped for y'all so you can peruse it on your own time. All right, so let's see here. There's alcohol, celebrations. Okay, let's watch this. Well, no, that's the Jennifer Lopez video. I don't think that's the one that you sent me. But let me see if I can get to the dining. Okay, I want to see if I can get to the dining and the entertainment. Let's see, destinations. We know we're doing Caribbean. Let's take a look at onboard restaurants. So let's see what the cruise food looks like, because y'all want to know, and I do too, because I've never done this before. All right, so they have 20 different eateries, menus from Michelin star chefs, no buffets, and they have late night. So do they have room service? It looks like they have 24-hour service. Do they have room service, Lauren?
They have room service. They do have room service, and they don't have a buffet, but they have a galley, which is open. It has different food stations, but no buffet. But room service is available.
Okay,
there
great.
is a charge for room service.
Okay, that's good to know.
One I guess trick for room service, if you order a premium drink, like it could be even as much of a kombucha, which is a charge. They don't charge you for it. They don't charge you for the room service.
I love that. Okay, so Mark wants to know about the gym. Lauren wants to know about the spa. So let's take a look at all of it. Okay, so I don't know how much it was, but I did pay for room service at Royal Caribbean. It was about $8 or $9, and you could get whatever you
Okay.
wanted. We did room service for breakfast. Y'all saw that. That way you can kind of wake up slow and eat in your room, but totally up to you. All right, so let's see what we can find for the gym, and for the spa. All right, we're on the food section. Let's quickly go through the food, y'all. So they have this restaurant called The Wake, which is steak and seafood. So I'm not going to read all of it, but you all can see they have a steakhouse, and you can take a look at the menus. All of this is online or on your app, and you can see what it looks like in their website. Cool. You can see what it looks like during the day or at nighttime. I'll just go through the pictures really quick so you all can see what's at the steakhouse. Will it let me? So for those of y'all, we got some meatitarians in the house. That's their steak and seafood restaurant. Okay, so there's that. Then they have a restaurant called Razzle Dazzle for extra flair. Okay, because why be regular when you can be extra? So this is your casual dining. So Razzle Dazzle, you can pretty much have everything, including an all-day boozy brunch. I see you, Killis. I know you're in here somewhere. Shout out to the boozy brunch. So let's see what that looks like at Razzle Dazzle. All right, you all can take a look at the menu. That's an option for you. Pink Agave, you will find me here, upscale Mexican. So for those of y'all that like your tequila and tapas, that's going to be at Pink Agave. What is that? Looks like ceviche, some lobster, all kinds of good stuff. Yummy. Gunbae is your Korean barbecue. So for those of y'all that like your Asian flavors, they have that restaurant for you. Looks like what is that? Teppanyaki. A little steam pot, simmer pot, and that looks fun. What else? Extra virgin. So this is the Italian restaurant. That makes sense. Extra virgin. Ha ha ha. So they have Italian cuisine on board for those of y'all that like your Italian pastas. There's that for you. Whoa. Sorry, I went kind of fast. And then there's a lot more. So they just spotlighted a few so you all can see here. And let's see anything else on food. They've got ice cream, the dock. Y'all could just see here. There's so much. You will probably find me here, the test kitchen. Sounds like that's for the foodies, for those of us who like to experiment with different tasting menus. Oh yeah, you know me. And if y'all don't cruise, I'll be definitely doing a review and lots of really good reviews of the food. All right, so there's your hammock and room service, eat in your privacy, and Q&A. Okay, so that was quickly on the food. Before we move on, anything to add about the food, Lauren?
The main thing is to book through your app, and then try each of the restaurants. Like the Wake is the seafood, is a steak and seafood. You have Razzle Dazzle, which I believe is like a vegetarian restaurant. You have Extra Virgin Italian and Pink Agave Mexican, and I think Pink Agave and the Italian were my favorite restaurants there. But they were all good.
Well, I can't wait to try them all and tell you all about them. And I was doing a little work. I think on one of the packages, they have this thing called Shake for Champagne. It's like one of the little add-ons you can do. Of course, it's a gimmick. And of course, I added it on. But apparently, like you open the app when you're on board and you shake your phone and then they bring you champagne wherever you are.
Wherever you are.
So shout out to the hot tub, shout out to wherever Mark and Killis are ready to get a little tipsy. All right, so you all saw just a quick highlight on the food. You have my promise. I will try to eat at all of them for you and tell you about it. So one question I did have about the food, Lauren, is it like the other cruise lines where you can order multiples of, entrees or get as much as you want?
I really don't know. I didn't ask for seconds per se, but I think they would. No, I'm just saying that they were very accommodating. Um, and the portions were, They were good. They're nice sized portions. So I think, well, yes, because when we went to the Taste Kitchen, we ordered I think two of the entrees. So that's, you probably can't do it with, I just, as I think about it, we did it at the Test Kitchen because the Test Kitchen was, I'm just putting it, being honest, it was my least favorite because it's definitely it's experimental dining, because they just give you a list of food items, but they don't tell you what it is. But when they bring it to you, they tell you then exactly what it was, or what it is, and how it was prepared, and so forth. So there was one item that I can't even remember what it was, and my husband and I said, "If we is this it?" Because if we had ordered it alone, we'd have been we would have been through. But we at that time we decided to get two separate items, and it was like, oh, okay, this made up for the other piece, because that was just, it was too much of a test.
I
But the
understand.
concept was good.
Yeah, not everybody's open for, the experimental dining. Y'all know I gotta go. I gotta report back. So don't worry. Leave that one to Maggie. Okay, so we talked about cruise dining. Now let's see what else is on here. I'll just quickly go through bars and drinks. I won't spend too much time here, but for Killis and Just Another Mark, so they have all the drinks and things that you want. Looks like they have bars all over the ship. Alcohol you can indulge, you can get a package beforehand, or if you're a lightweight like me, you can just get one with a meal or whatnot. But it looks like there are bars sprinkled in all throughout the ship, and beer houses and all of this good stuff. All right, so let's
So
uh-huh.
let me just say one thing. They don't do drink packages. They have bar tabs, which is good because you purchase as much as you want, or sometimes you can get, you have promotions that you get extra. But with that bar tab, you can buy around for everyone if you want to. I'm just saying, if you want to.
Now that's
So
really
it's
good.
not, yeah.
No, that's great. And I don't know, for those of you all who just hopped on. So when I made my reservation, apparently there was a promotion going on. Maybe it's still going on, where when I put my 20% down to hold my room, I have $100 on my account now as a bar tab. So me going onto the ship, I got $100 I can buy around for whoever wants to be there with me. So you can use that for multiple people, or if you like to drink, Mark and Killis yourself, then you can just run your own tab. But that is good to know. I'm excited. Okay, so you all also asked about entertainment. I think Lauren asked about entertainment. So let's see what they have here. I'm just going to scroll. I'm learning this just like y'all. Okay, well, what are they doing here? Is this a club? Looks like there's a DJ, there's a disco. I don't know who that is, but it looks like everybody's having a good time. Let's scroll through here, and then Lauren, I'd love to hear about the demographics on this ship. So they have a red night, looks like a white party, but everybody's wearing red, so there's that. Then they have a PJ party. Oh boy. Y'all be modest out there. There's a PJ party. Okay. They have a dance show. I guess this looks like a glitter something. Looks like they have different shows. I don't know if this is Moulin Rouge or this is like Vegas. But they have acts. They have different spaces. I'm just scrolling through. Of course, they have a casino. The red room. What happens in here? Do we want to know? Okay, looks like I see people swinging from the trapeze up there. So, okay, y'all didn't want these kids. So, y'all ready for 18 plus. And then don't stop the music for those of y'all that want to dance, 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 dance all night, and more about that. Okay, so what can you tell us? Okay, we'll go to the gym and the spa next. But Lauren, what can you tell us about the culture on the ship, the demographics, the entertainment?
So
So
again,
again,
Virgin
Virgin is
is
a
very different than any other cruise line. So you're not going to see like the big Broadway musical type shows. Like when we were in the lore, I know you didn't get I don't think you got a chance, but they had Mamma Mia on there, and then when the last Royal Caribbean I went on, they had Cats. They have smaller venues which are more like a nightclub size venue where they might have comedian, they might have someone doing singing, uh, different aerials and things like that. They do have, I can't remember the name of the show, but they had I want to say a troupe of performers that they were doing some um, tumbling and some kind of this different, you're looking up in the ceiling and they doing jumping from this rope to that rope and doing it's just okay, it's keeps you going, but it's different than being on the traditional cruise line. They do have the PJ party, so that's the big thing they do. I didn't participate, but oh, and they sell pajamas online too, on board. Sorry, too, if you forget your PJs, but yeah,
Yeah, you
it was
won't
so
find
different.
us there. Exactly. Where is UFO Kamikaze? Y'all see him in the chat with his birthday suit, Christmas hat on? No. So you will find me in the on the dance floor or in the restaurants. Let's take a look at the spa. So someone had a question about the spa. So let's move on to that. I think it was the spa and the gym. Okay, we're already here at fitness and well-being. So let's look and see for those of y'all that need your chakra rocks aligned. Okay, so fitness and spa, what's on board? So they have group workouts, fresh juice, and come as you are. All right, so let's get physical. So it looks like they have a full fitness center. This looks like treadmills and all that good stuff is here. A training camp, okay, for those of y'all that want to box at sea. Basketball. They have a track where you can walk or run, get your steps in. The walking track is nice, especially if you want to go after a meal. That's great. And then the spa, this is where you will find Maggie. So they have, looks like seaweed wraps, and that looks like a sauna going on. Ooh, look at that whirlpool. Yes, please, and thank you. Ooh, y'all want to see the spa? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, does that look amazing? So yes, the spa looks great. I'll definitely have to go check that out for you all. The aquatic club, I don't know what that is, but okay, are these different packages? They even have a beauty salon on board if you want to get fancy, a groomer, barber, a tattoo artist. Now, wait a cotton picking minute. Okay, get your ink, and then JLo is the sponsor. And then, of course, all the athletics. So some really good reviews. Okay, so Lauren, what do you want to tell us about spa or fitness?
Well, again, you want to make your bookings, and they have different, you know, packages available for you to book. It's all depend on what you want to do. They have it for you. That's for sure.
All right, y'all. They have everything. So just another Mark said he's going to the gym, then you're going to the spa, and then you're going to the sauna if they have one. It looks like they have one. And again, y'all, I've dropped the link. I'll drop it again. You can take a look at all of this stuff and just peruse. And that's what I did with Royal Caribbean. We're doing this almost a year out, y'all. So you can take all the time that you need to kind of plan your day. So when you get on board, literally, the app has like a map of the ship, and it has like a calendar of all of the activities. So day by day, you have a column, or at least at Royal, what's available. And then you would just kind of move them over to your column. I want to do this, and then this, and then this. And it'll send you notifications. You have an appointment at such and such time. So it makes it really easy. Killis had a question here. She says, do they have smoking, cigar allowed lounges, or maybe outside by the pool? So, what is the smoking option?
So they have only designated areas for smoking. I'm not sure if it's for cigar or not, but it's only designated smoking areas. And their casino is smoke free, so no smoking at all in the casino.
All right. That's good to know. So, if you all want to light it up, you have some designated places on board you can go. Okay, so let's see what else they have here. Thank you all for the hearts and all the support. Um, let's see. I'm sorry for the scroll, y'all. I'm going to go quickly. All right, so we looked at all the things on board, and then why Virgin Voyages. We took a look at that. I'm going to see if I can find the video that you sent me, Lauren, as far as what makes. Let's see what they have here. We got a YouTube. Oh, it's 16 minutes. Nah, let's not do that one. That looks like someone did a review, which I will be happy to do. We talked about what's already included so you all can see. There's the test kitchen. Lauren is not here for the food experiments. Wow, that looks interesting. Okay, y'all. To me, it is very exciting. Let me see. Is there anything else? Planning. We will be celebrating my birthday and all of you all. I think that's pretty much it. Let me see if I can find the link that you sent me. As we wrap up, you all, what questions do you have for Lauren? Or Lauren, why don't you share with us like who this cruise could be for, or maybe who it's not for?
So definitely for anyone 18 or older, this is the cruise for them. Someone who's not who's not really necessarily want traditional cruising, like you don't have to be too formal. You have to be kind of open minded because version is a little bit more freer, so you may see some things that you may not want to see, but um, it was still tasteful. But I'm just saying, is they people feel I think a little bit more relaxed, and because there aren't any children, so you know they're being adults, so it's like adults do adult things. Um, But again, after as I said, we cruised before, and my husband and I discussed that we would cruise again with them. That we really felt that it was a great cruise, and the staff was just marvelous. It's like they made us feel welcome just from the very beginning, everywhere we went. And even though there isn't a buffet, you go to the galley. Like I said, when you go there, you don't serve yourself. You sit down, and they have a well, you have to use a QR code. You take a picture of the menu with the QR code, and you decide what you want from that menu. Then you put up a flag, and then a crew member will come and take your order and then pick it up from the stations and bring it back to your table. Also in the galley, they have stations where they have they don't use any throwaway plastic on board, so all the plastic is the containers are reusable. So they have an area where they might have like sandwiches boxed up, trail mix, fruit. Um, they have sushi that you could just you pick and go pick that up yourself. Almost everything else, you just sit down, you tell them what you want in the galley. Um, I think desserts you picked up yourself, but everything else, your drinks and everything, you just told them they brought it to you. So it still wasn't like you were serving yourself for the most part. Then there was the pizza. I didn't get a chance to get the pizza, but you can get individually made pizza there on board. They had they had their own ice cream shop, cookies. Yeah, those are good. Um, what else?
What
Let me
else?
see.
So while you're thinking, we have an adult question from Mark, and then I did find the video. So we'll close out with the video. Mark says, since this is an adult only cruise, are herbs allowed? I don't vacation often, and when I do, I like to relax.
Well, please relax before you come on the cruise because they will bar you with those herbs. Because remember, even though some of the herbs I'm assuming you're just discussing are legal here in the United States, they're not legal outside of the United States. So the cruise lines almost universally bar them because of where the different laws that they have, the international laws that they have to follow. I don't know if you saw on the news recently, but a passenger was barred because of, I think, some gummies they may have had for life from Carnival. So,
Alrighty. So you all heard it here. We love for you to relax and have a good time, but when you're cruising, think of it like you're going to another country because you are literally leaving, the soil of the US, and so they run things the way they want to run things. So don't be that person pulled out of line because I will not come to rescue you. You will be doing your own walk of shame. And like Lauren said, even if it's legal here in the US, it may not be legal in Bahamas or whatnot. So they have sniffing dogs. Y'all, they have all that stuff. They're going to run your luggage. When the porters take it and bring it to your room for you, they're going to run your stuff through x-ray. So we'll talk more about that as we get closer, but hopefully that answers your question. Mark says no edibles either. Tracy saw that on the news. Okay, so let me close out by showing you all this quick little video that Lauren sent me of the ship. If you all, if this was helpful, the key takeaway is we are booked. I am booked. A few of y'all are booked. We are sailing November 13th through 17th, 2024. If you want to join us, the link is in the chat, in the description. Lauren is our travel agent. Y'all see her in the chat when I stream. Her number's on the website. You can call her, book it, get all your questions answered in the app, and we will do our second annual Maggie Meetup Cruise. This was helpful? Oh, okay, good. So I'm going to pull up the screen one last time to show up the video if y'all have any last questions for Lauren. All right, let me see. I'm going to pull up this video. All right. Oh, it's already playing. Hold up. Did you take this video?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna share it anyway, but the resolution, I don't know if it's my computer, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's not. Is this showing? Yeah. But you all can
Yes,
see. Let me just turn off the sound. So this is Lauren teasing us with our ship. I'll see if I can get another video so you all can see.
Oh, that's
But
the
That's the
shorter
shorter
one.
one.
oh, was there another
Okay.
one?
I sent
I
another
sent another
one. I
one.
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if you
I don't know if you
received it or
received it
not.
or not.
Okay, I'll have to take a look. So Tracy says it's a beautiful ship. Yeah, I'm really excited, you all. I think this is going to be great for us. I hope you all can come. It's going to be wonderful to have you with us. Let's see if there's anything here to share. It's going to be wonderful to do this next year, especially when it's cold. Go somewhere warm. I was just trying to see if there was a video on here, but you all know Lauren does us right, and if she says it was good and she would do it again, then I say let's go. And oh, did I lose Lauren? Oh, There she is.
I'm here.
Okay. All right, Lauren, anything to close us out with our first Q&A? What are the key takeaways? What do you want people to do? Any dates that they need to remember? Anything to close us out?
Okay, so once you decide to book, you have 24 hours to hold your room without payment. Payment requires a 20% deposit. Full payment is due 120 days prior to sale date. So that's going to be in July of 2024. If you book within 44 days, so you decide at the last minute, yeah, now I can go, but it's like within 44 days of sailing, you have to pay the reservation in its entirety. Um, you can transfer names up to 48 hours. So if you can't go and you need to transfer to someone else, you can do that up to 48 hours prior to the sailing. If you have your deposit, once you deposit, it becomes non-refundable 7 days you after you book. But everything else is refundable up to 45 days uh, of the cruise actually departing. When you get to day 44, they said it's a done deal. They keep everything. If you decide you can't go or something like that, um, I would encourage everyone, even if you're not planning to travel anywhere anytime soon, to get your passport. If you don't have a passport, the passport is good for 10 years because you never know if you have an emergency that for whatever reason that you need to travel. And it's extra fee. I think the current fee might be like $145 for 10 years. I'm not quite sure the exact fee right now because they're always changing. Um, but if you have to get an emergency passport, that's the expedited fee, and you can't you can no longer just walk in to do a passport. You have to make an appointment, and the appointment is it may not be necessarily in the city you live in, if you even have a passport agency in your area. We in Atlanta we do, but you may need a passport urgently. You might have to go to Hawaii, so you might have to fly. I mean, wherever else you need to go. It all depends on the circumstances. So I encourage everyone, even if you have no plans at all of traveling anytime near in the future, go ahead and get your passport when you don't need it, so you can already have it on hand, and it'd be there for you, if the need arises.
Lauren, I cannot thank you enough, you all. I am so excited. We have a real travel agent putting our meetup together. Okay, so y'all, it's not just me. Lauren is one of us. She is Robbins Cruise Connections. You saw her link in the chat. I'll drop it in here again. You all can take time to peruse this, but I am booked and we will be cruising next November 2024. So if you have any questions, I'm here. Lauren is here. And if you all want to, we'll do another one of these as we get closer. But yeah, Tracy says it's nice, and it is good that if something happens and you need to switch out names, you absolutely can. So we're going to go ahead and wrap. Excuse me for now. I've got another stream. Lauren, thank you so much for the first one and the second one and all the future Maggie Meetup cruises. I'm so happy to be traveling with you. All right, everybody. We'll go ahead and end, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.